Hi, my name is Christopher Shum. I'm a University of Limerick psychology student, and today, on the 21st of October, I'm going to give you a brief insight into the disorder of dissociative identity disorder, or DID for short. Dissociative identity disorder is the existence of two or more unique personality states that regularly take control of the patient's behaviour. This was formerly known as multiple personality disorder. These personality states are often referred to as alters, and in the DSM it is referred to as a dissociative disorder, along with others such as depersonalization and dissociative amnesia. 1.5% of a general population were capable of being diagnosed with DID in a sample of 658 adults. This disorder is more common among psychiatric patients. There are no differences between the genders, and there were high rates of comorbidity between DID and other psychological disorders such as anxiety and depressive disorders. Symptoms include two or more personality states that take control of behaviour, memory loss regarding personal information, and these are not caused by substance abuse or a medical condition. Each alter may be very distinct and not aware of each other. The process of switching refers to the transition from one alter to another because of environmental cue, such as stress. Another incorrect assumption that many make is that visual perception is not altered during the disorder. In relation to etiology, the trauma model believes DID results from severe childhood trauma and personality traits that predispose the individual to use dissociation as a defense mechanism. An example of a personality trait would be a tendency to fantasize. It is useful defense mechanism at a young age, but it becomes maladaptive over time for many individuals. Drazer and Langeland tested the relationship between dissociative symptoms and childhood trauma and neglect. Testing 160 psychiatric patients, it was found that sexual abuse, physical abuse, and maternal dysfunction were the best predictors of dissociative symptoms. Results also showed that early separation from parents, parental neglect, interparental violence, physical abuse, sexual abuse, rape, and abuse of a sibling were all influences on the disorder. Consequently, dissociation was related to childhood abuse and trauma, therefore supporting the trauma model. Alternatively, the socio-cultural model states that patients are not malingering or faking, but rather they believe and act in accordance to what the clinicians tell them. It is not faking the disorder, but at the same time it is not real. Hence the effects are iatrogenic or caused by the treatment. It is also said to be influenced by the media and culture, demonstrated through the disorder being far more common in North America compared to anywhere else. Piper and Mirsky found that all principles behind the disorder are set on beliefs rather than facts. The authors also state that patients are encouraged to express their alters even when the alters are not present, and predict that the disorder will eventually be abandoned. In relation to treatment, psychotherapy has been found to be more useful and consists of 3 stages. It essentially involves the clinician trying to convert the dissociation into something else as a response to repression and integrating the alters together. Hypnosis has also been used, but is controversial because of its potential to create made-up memories and personalities. Medication is generally not useful unless comorbidity is factored in. It is important to note that some people with DID do not want help and they can get on with their alters. They find it as a useful coping strategy that does not harm them. In relation to real-world implications, please note that there is a spoiler here, so if you have not seen the film Fight Club, block your ears now. The disorder is demonstrated in the film, where the audience realises at the end of the film that Brad Pitt is in fact another alter of Edward Norton rather than a real physical person. This is often misconceived as schizophrenia, so if you do take nothing from this podcast, at least use this piece of information to look intelligent in front of your friends. In conclusion, dissociative identity disorder involves a person having more than one personality state which can control the person's behaviour. The two main etiological approaches of disorder are the trauma approach that believes it is caused by childhood trauma acting on personality traits, and the socio-cultural approach that believes it is caused by patients role-playing in accordance to what their clinicians tell them. Finally, the best form of treatment for dissociative identity disorder is psychotherapy. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast. I hope you understood and learned from the psychological approach of dissociative identity disorder, and most importantly, I hope you enjoyed learning about the disorder. Again, thank you and goodbye.
Created using Powtoon.